Hello everyone, we are going to look at the QA section of slot 3. Now in this section we are going to try to find out the correct answers by not using any formula or just by using the options and get the correct answer. So this is going to be the approach for the whole QA section. So main motive should be eliminate 3 options, get the answer. So usage of maximizing the options as much as possible. So we are going to do that here. Okay, now let's start. Question number 1. We have, okay. Now, the question is saying arithmetic mean of all distinct numbers that can be obtained by rearranging the digits in 1421 itself, including itself. Okay, so how we are going to get this? First of all, if we are rearranging 1421, we are going to get a 4-digit number. Okay, so I am just drawing 4 dashes for a 4-digit number. Now at unit place, if I put 4, so remaining 3 places should be 1, 1 and 2. So in how many ways I can arrange 1, 1 and 2? I am going to get in 3 ways, because I can have 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1 and 1, 1, 2. So I am going to have 3 possible numbers if I am putting 4 at unit place. If I put 2 at the unit place, again I am going to get 3 different possible numbers. If I am going to put 1 at unit place, then I am going to get 1, 2, 4. So 6 possible or 3 factorial numbers in this way. Now, if I put 4 at the tens place, again, I'm going to get 3 different numbers. If I put 2 at the tens place, again, I'm going to get the same arrangement. So at unit place, I am going to get 4 3 times. So summation of all the unit places is going to be 4 into 3. Then 2 I'm going to get 3 times. So summation of all the numbers, all the 2's at unit place is going to be 2 into 3. And I'm going to get 1 6 times at unit place. So this is going to be the sum of the unit place itself. So this comes out to be 12, 12 plus 6, 18, 18 plus 6, 24. So I'm going to get 4 in the end. Okay. Now, and carryover is going to be 2. Again, I'm going to have same arrangement at the tens place. So sum comes out to be 24, 24 plus 2, that comes out to be 6. Carryover is going to be 2. Again, my sum is going to be 24, 24 plus 2 carryover, sum comes out to be 6. Now here again, it is going to be 26. Now, what are the total possible numbers I'm getting over here? That is 12. So what is my average? That is going to be 26664 divided by 12. So this comes out to be 2222. So my answer of this question is going to be option 1. That is 2222. Now I'm going to start question number 2. Now question number 2 is saying that average of all 3-digit terms of arithmetic progression 38, 55, 72 and so on. Okay, so in this question we can't do anything because it is a theta question. So we have to solve the question completely. And now if I want to find out average of an arithmetic progression. So average of arithmetic progression is given by first term plus last term divided by 2. So my job is to figure out what is the first 3-digit term of this series as well as last 3-digit term of this series. Okay. Now, if we see, this difference comes out to be 17, this difference comes out to be 17 and so on. And if I divide 38 by 17, so my first term is going to be 17 into 2 plus 4. Now next term is going to be 17 into 3 plus 4. Next term is going to be 17 into 4 plus 4. So general term of this series is 17 into n plus 4. Now if I put n equal to 5. So this comes out to be 85 plus 489. That's a 2-digit number, so I won't be accepting it. If I'm going to put n equal to 6, I'm going to get 17 into 6 plus 2. So this comes out to be 106. That is going to be my first term of this arithmetic progression. Now, I want the largest 3-digit number of this series. So what I'm supposed to do, I am going to put a random number, let's say 60. So 17 into 60 plus 4. So this is going to be 1024. Now that is not a 3-digit number. So how I'm going to find out a 3-digit number? I'm going to subtract 17. So I'm going to get 1007. Okay, that again a 4-digit number. Again, I'm going to subtract 17. So I'm going to get 990 over here. And that's going to be my largest 3-digit number of this series. So my arithmetic progression comes out to be first term plus last term divided by 2. So this comes out to be 1096 divided by 2. So answer comes out to be 548. So answer of this question is going to be 548. So for this, you need to know that average of arithmetic progression is defined as the first term plus last term divided by 2. Now question number 3. Now question number 3 is saying 2 ships are approaching at port along straight routes at constant speeds. Okay. Initially, the 2 ships and the port form an equilateral triangle. Okay. So I have an equilateral triangle. This is my port, and I have 2 ships, and I have an equilateral triangle. Let's say this is ship 1 and this is ship 2. And each of the lengths is going to be 24. Now it says when the slower ship traveled 8 kilometers. So let's say this is the slower one and this is the faster one. So this is the slower ship and this is the faster ship. Now when slower ship travels a distance of 8, okay, so this reaches somewhere here. So this remaining length is going to be 16. Now it says the triangle formed by the new position of 2 ships become a right angle triangle. Okay. So if this ship is traveling 8, this ship is faster. So definitely it is going to travel a little more. So it is, let's say, reaching somewhere here. And it makes an angle of 90 degree because it is going to be right angle triangle, because question is saying this. Now this is 90, this is 60 because it is equilateral triangle. So this angle automatically becomes 30 degrees. Now we are going to have an angle of 30, 60 and 90. Opposite to 90, I have 16. So opposite to 30, I'm supposed to have 8. Now this distance becomes 16. In the time, slower is going to cover a distance of 8. Faster is going to cover a distance of 16. So ratio of speed is going to be 2:1. So in the time, faster ship is going to cover a distance of 24. Slower ship is going to cover a distance of 12. So it is going to be reached somewhere here. So what is the remaining distance over here? That's going to be 12 kilometers. So what question is asking? Question is asking the distance between the other ship and the port will be, that's going to be 12. So my answer of this question is going to be 12. Now I'm going to move to question number 4. Now question number 4 is saying that the length of all 4 sides of equilateral triangle are integer valued. If 3 of the sides are 1, 2 and 4, then the total number of possible length of the 4th side. Okay. Now there is a property of a polygon. That polygon says any side of the polygon has to be less than sum of remaining sides, as well as it has to be greater than the minimum difference of the two sides, of any two sides. Minimum difference of any two sides. Now, if I look at the difference of 1 and 2, that's 1. If I look at a difference of 1 and 4, that's 3. If I look at a difference of 2 and 4, that's going to be 2. So what is the minimum possible difference? That comes out to be 1. What is the summation of all the possible values? That comes out to be 7. So third side is going to be less than 7 and greater than 1. So how many values I'm actually looking for? 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I am going to get 5 possible values. So my answer of this question is going to be option 3, 5. Now question is talking about what is the minimum possible value of x square minus 6x plus 10 upon 3 minus x. Okay. Now, what should be the approach of these kind of questions? This question says that x is less than 3. Okay. If I say x minus 3 whole square, so this comes out to be x square minus 6x plus 9. If I say 3 minus x, x whole square, that's also going to be x square minus 6x plus 9. So if we are talking about square root of x minus 3 whole square, so this comes out to be mod of x minus 3. So square root of x square is said to be mod of x. So if I'm going to say square root of x minus 3 whole square, so that's going to be mod of 3 minus x. So what is the meaning of mod of 3 minus x? If x is greater than 3, it is going to be equal to x minus 3. If x is smaller than 3, then it is going to be 3 minus x. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break the numerator. So I am getting x square minus 6x plus 9 plus 1 upon 3 minus x. So from here, I'm going to get 3 minus x whole square plus 1 upon 3 minus x. Now here, I'm going to get 3 minus x plus 1 upon 3 minus x. Now let's say 3 minus x equal to a. So I'm going to get a plus 1 upon a. Now, if a is positive, this value is always going to be greater than equal to 2. So what is the minimum possible value of this? That's going to be 2, or I can say option 1. Now let's start question number 6. Question number 6 is saying that a school has less than 5,000 students if the students are divided equally into the teams of 9, 10, 12, and 25. Okay, so it is definitely a question of LCM and SCF. And in that scenario, exactly 4 students are left out. Okay, fair enough. So if I am looking for the number of students, minimum number of students, that is going to be LCM of this, and this plus 4, because 4 are being left out. So LCM of 9, 10, 12, and 25 comes out to be 900. And at least, and 4 students are left out. So minimum possible value is going to be 904. Now, in this case, when we try to find out other values, what we are supposed to do, we just keep on adding LCM, 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 and LCM. We keep on getting newer values. So if the first value is going to be 904, if I add 900 again, I'm going to get a newer value. So it comes out to be 1804. The next value comes out to be 2704. Then next value comes out to be 3604. Then next value comes out to be 4504. Sorry, this is going to be 4504. Next value comes out to be 5404. Now this value and any value that's greater than this is not accepted, because question is saying the number of students are less than 5,000. So we cannot go beyond 4,504. So the largest value is going to be this. Okay. But the question is also saying, however, if they are divided into teams of 11, no one is left out. So number of students should be divisible by 11. Okay. So if I divide 904 by 11, is it divisible by 11? Definitely not. 1804, so this comes out to be 12, this comes out to be 1, 12 minus 1, it's 11, so it is definitely divisible by 11. So 1804 is divisible by 11, so I can have 1804 students. Now here it is going to be 11, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 minus 2, 9 definitely not divisible, so not acceptable value, 10 minus 3, not acceptable value, 9 minus 4, not an acceptable value. So I'm definitely getting the number of students over here. Now the question is saying, what is the maximum number of teams of 12 each can be formed? Okay, so I have 1804 students and I want to form teams of 12 people each. So what I'm supposed to do, divided by 12, and I am going to get 150 teams over here and 4 people are going to be remaining. But that doesn't make a difference. So my answer is going to be 150. Now we are going to start question number 7. Okay. Now this question seems like the question of mixtures and alligation. A glass contains 500 cubic centimeter of milk and a cup contains 500 cc of water. Okay. So what I have one that has 500 cc of milk. Another one is going to be 500 cc of water. Okay, so 500 water. From the glass, 150 milk is transferred to the cup. Okay, and mixed thoroughly. Next, 150 cc is mixed from that to this. Okay, after that question is talking about water here to milk here. So the question is talking about the ratio of this water to this milk. Okay. So first, what did I do? I transferred 150 from here to here. So in this case, this cup is going to have 150 milk and 500 water. So this is the scenario over here. Now the ratio comes out to be 3:10. Now I am taking out 150 over here, 150 from here. Okay. So if I'm taking 150 from here, so the ratio of milk is to water that is being taken out should be in the ratio of 3:10 only. Okay. So the milk that is going to be taken out, that's going, the remaining water that is going to be here is going to be 500 minus 150 into 3/13. So this is what is going to be remaining over here. How much milk I'm going to get from here? That is 150 into 3/13. Now when I moved the 150 cc from here, the left out milk is going to be this. So what is and when I am bringing out the solution over here, so I already have 350 cc of milk and 150 3/13 milk is more added. Now there is some water is also going to be added, but I don't worry about it because question is saying I need to find out the ratio of water over here and milk is over here. So I'm not going to calculate water over here. I'm just worried about milk. So I already have 350 cc of milk and I am getting this much milk from here that I'm adding here from here to here. Okay. and I had 500 cc of water, and after taking out 150 cc of solution, the left out water is going to be 500 minus 150 into, sorry, this is going to be 10 by 13. Okay, so I need to find out the ratio of 500 minus 1500 upon 13. Okay, and this is going to be my required ratio. So I am going to get 350 plus 450 upon 13 is to 6500 minus 1500 upon 13. Okay, so this comes out to be 0 5 4550 plus 450 upon 13, and this comes out to be 5000 upon 13. So if we cancel out, the ratio comes out to be 1:1. So my water is to milk ratio is going to be 1:1. So my answer of this question is going to be option 1, that is 1:1. So I'm not using any mixture relegation. What I'm going to do, I'm simply manually calculating everything and getting the answer. Now we are going to look at question number 8. Okay. Now I have a quadratic equation. Ax square plus bx plus c. Oh, think it's b upon m plus c minus 2b upon n. Okay. Now this is the equation. Now the question is saying that one of the roots of this equation is going to be 3 plus 2 root 2. Now we know that if roots are irrational, they are supposed to be in conjugate. So 3 plus 2 root 2, that is the first root. So second root is going to be 3 minus 2 root 2. Now what is the sum of roots? That's going to be minus b upon a. So what is the sum of these two values? That comes out to be 6. What is the product of roots? That's c upon a. So if I multiply these two values, so that is a square minus b square. So 3 square minus 2 root 2 whole square. This value comes out to be 1. Okay. Now I have another equation, that is ay square plus my plus n, and that's equal to 0. Now one of the roots is 4 plus 2 root 3. So similarly, I can say second root is going to be 4 minus 2 root 3 because irrational roots are conjugate. Now what is sum of roots? That's minus m upon a, and this comes out to be sum of the roots, that's 8, and product of roots, that's n upon a, and this comes out to be product, that is 16 minus 2 root 3 square is going to be 12. So this value comes out to be 4. Okay. Now what question is talking about? Find out the value of b upon n. So if I divide, let's say this is equation 1, this is equation 2, this is equation 3, and this is equation 4. So I am doing 1 divide by 3. So that is directly going to give me b upon a, and this comes out to be 6 upon 8. So this value comes out, sorry, this is not a, this should be m. So this comes out to be 3 upon 4. Now c upon n. So what is the value of c upon n? So I am doing this upon this. 2 divided by 4, that is directly going to give me the value of c upon n. So c upon n comes out to be 1 upon 4. Okay. Minus 2b upon n. So I am dividing 1 upon 4. So first equation is minus b upon a. That's 6 upon n upon a. That's 4. So this comes out to be a gets cancelled out, minus b upon n comes out to be 3 upon 2. Okay. Now If I multiply whole thing by 2, so I'm going to get this 2b upon n. So this comes out to be 3. Now I have to add all three values, b upon m, that's 3 upon 4, plus c upon n, that's 1 upon 4, minus 2b upon n, that comes out to be 3. So the total sum of all three values comes out to be 4. So my answer of this question is going to be option 2. Question number 9. Now, this is a question of algebra. Now, when I looked at this question first, actually nothing clicked me. So, but still I was able to get the correct answer. Now, what was the approach of such kind of questions is just put up some random values and you are going to get something. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to take 16 times x upon y plus 49 divide by x upon y. So let's say x upon y is equal to 2. Sorry, a. So I have equation as 16a plus 49 upon a. Now, which of the following cannot be the value of this? So it means the question is trying to say it has a lot of different values, but there is a particular range. It cannot have those values. So I need to figure out that which of the following should not be one of the values of this equation. So my job is to eliminate three options. So let's say I'm just putting randomly, let's say a equal to 1. So if I'm putting a equal to 1, I am going to get the value of 65. Okay, so at a equal to 1, c equal to 65. Okay. If I put a equal to 2, so this becomes 32. This becomes 24.5. So c becomes 56.5. Now at a equal to 1, I'm getting 65. At a equal to 2, I'm getting 56.5. So in between somewhere I am supposed to get a value of 60. So 60 should be a possible value. So this is rejected. So this option is rejected. If this is rejected, I can also say this is also rejected, because instead of 1, if I put -1, c becomes -65. Instead of 2, if I put -2, I'm going to get -56.5. So in between, I can again get a value of -60. So that is also rejected. Now, if I put x equal to a equal to 4, so I am going to get 64 plus around 12. So this value is going to be, c is going to be somewhere around 76.25. So is, sorry. So basically somewhere down the line, I am getting 65, I'm getting 56.5, then I'm getting 76.25. So somewhere down the line, I'm also getting a value of 70. If I put negative, I will be also getting the value of -70. So -70 is also an achievable value. So this option is also eliminated. So I'm left out with only one choice. That's going to be -50. And that's the answer of this question. Let's start question number 10. Now this question is of triangles. In triangles, what information question is providing us? Okay, suppose the medians BD and CE of a triangle intersect at point O. Okay, so O is definitely going to be centroid. Now this is A, this is B, this is C, this is a median, this is also a median, this is D, and this is E, and this point is centroid. Now the property of a centroid is it divides median in the ratio of 2:1, as well as all the triangles that are going to be formed by drawing all the medians are having area of 1/6 of the total triangle. means this area, this area, this area, this area, this area, and this area. All 6 areas are going to be equal. So, and this is this, and this is O. Now, what question is saying that total area is given to us as 108. I need to find out this area. So if this total area is 108, this area is going to be 1/6. So 1/6 of 108 is going to be 18. Now, if I look at this triangle, EDB, this total triangle. So if I talk about a triangle EDB, E is the vertex and O is some point that is dividing the base in the ratio of 2:1. So if base is being divided in the ratio of 2:1, area will also be divided in the ratio of 2:1. So if this area is 18, this total area is going to be 9. So answer of this question is going to be 9. That's it. This question was pretty doable and easy. If we talk about the exam, now question number 11. Now question number 11 is saying, let's start question number 11. Okay, so I think there is some issue with the question. Okay, now let's see. The question is saying root of 7/5 whole power 3x minus y. Okay, now that is equal to 875. So 875 can be written as 125 into 7 divided by 2401 is actually 7 power 4. So I am going to get 5 cube upon 7 cube. So this is what my right hand side looks like. And on the left hand side, if I write it in the same format, or I can say I'm writing it 7/5 whole power minus 3. Right. Now my left hand side becomes 7/5 whole power 3x minus y upon 2. So from here, I can say that 3x minus y is going to be minus 6. So that's what I'm getting so far. Now here, second equation says that 4a upon b whole power 6x minus y, and I'm just going to take the, I'm just going to write it right hand side, 2a upon b, that is equal to y minus 6x. The power of b here is 6x minus y. The power of b on the right hand side is y minus 6x. So from here I can say that 12x equal to 2y. So y comes out to be 6x. Fair enough. Now I'm just going to put that value over here. That is 3x minus 6x. This comes out to be minus 6. So minus 3x is equal to minus 6. So x comes out to be 2. So if x is 2, y is 12. So x plus y comes out to be 14. So my answer of this question is going to be 40. Let's start question number 12. Now question number 12 says a donation box can receive only checks of 100 rupees, 250 rupees and 500 rupees. On one good day, the donation box found exactly 100 checks. Okay. So we have 100 checks and total amount of 15,250. Okay. So I have 3 type of notes. One is 100, then I have of 250, then I have of 500. Let's say I had A checks of this, B checks of this, C checks of this. Total number of checks is equal to 100. That is my first equation. Okay. Now, if I have 100 A checks of 100 rupees, the total amount is going to be 100A. The total amount over here is going to be 250B, and total amount over here is going to be 500 of C, and this comes out to be 15,250. So first of all, I'm going to cancel 0 over here. So this, now I'm going to divide everything by 5. So I'm going to get 2a plus 5b plus 10c. So I'm going to get 305. Now, the question is saying what is the maximum possible value of checks of 500 rupees. So I need to maximize this value. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to eliminate either A or B. So I'm going to multiply first equation by 2. So 2A plus 2B plus 2C, and this comes out to be 200. If I subtract, I am going to get what? That is 3B plus 8C, and this comes out to be 105. Okay. Now, is there any possible value that satisfies this? If I put 105, okay, so basically this is a multiple of 3, this is also a multiple of 3. It means 8C should be a multiple of 3. It means C should be a multiple of 3. Okay, so C should be multiple of 3. So 12 8s are 96. So, and if if we take the value of C as 15, this becomes 120. Now, number of checks cannot be negative, so C definitely cannot be 15. So if I put C equal to 12, so 8 into 12, this comes out to be 96. It means 3B should be 9. It means B should be 3. Is it a feasible arrangement? Yes, definitely. So what is the maximum number of checks for 500? That's going to be 12. And this is going to be my answer. This question seems pretty doable in the exam, and I don't think it is going to take a lot of time as well. Now let's see question number 13. Now, if I read it quickly, I would see that this question is of simple interest, and generally the questions of simple interest are very easy. Now Neetu has a capital of 20,000. Okay, so total amount she has is 20,000. She invests 8,000 at 5.5. Okay, so 8,000. Then she invests 5,000. So this is 5.5%. This 5,000 at 5.6% interest, and remaining 7,000 that she is putting at X% interest, and the total interest comes out to be 5%. So 5% of 20,000. So her total interest of a year is going to be 1,000 rupees. Okay. So here interest becomes 440. Here her total interest becomes 280 for a year, and here total interest becomes 70x, and this total interest should be equal to 1,000 rupees. So 70x, so this comes out to be 440 plus 280 comes out to be 720. So 70x comes out to be 280. So x comes out to be 4. Now the question says, if she invested her entire capital means 20,000 in bank C alone, that is at X%. So what is the annual interest she would be getting? That is going to be 800. I think this question was pretty straightforward. Now question number 14. In a triangle ABC, in a triangle ABC, AB and AC equal to 8. Okay, a circle is drawn with BC as diameter. Okay, so I have BC as this, and I have a circle as this. So this is my point B, this is my point C. And it passes through A. Okay, now this is an important point, that it passes through A, and this length is 8. This length is also going to be 8 because question is saying AB and AC are equal to 8. And this angle is definitely going to be 90 degrees because BC is diameter and A is the vertex that is here. So if you make a triangle on a diameter, that is always going to form an angle of 90 degree on the circumference. So basically, I know it is a right angle triangle. So this length becomes 8 root 2. So radius of this circle becomes 4 root 2. Now, another circle is drawn with center A passes through B and C. Okay. So basically, another circle is drawn from this point and this is passing through B as well as it is passing through C. It means the radius of the circle is going to be 8. So I'm going to draw a circle that has a radius of 8. That is going to look something like this. Okay. Now, the question is talking about what is the overlapping area. So overlapping area is going to be total this area. So I need to find out this area. So in this area, if I talk about this region, basically, if I talk about this region, so definitely I am going to include the semicircle plus the sector part, this sector part of the bigger circle. So area of semicircle is definitely going to be 1 by 2 pi. R radius is 4 root 2. So 1 by 2 pi r square. So this comes out to be 32 pi divided by 2. So 16 pi. So this area comes out to be 16 pi. Now I'm looking for this area. That is sector for another circle. Sorry, not the sector. So to calculate such areas, I'm going to draw the circle again. Another one. This is the center A. This is your BC. And I want to find out this area. So the only approach to find out this area is to find out the total sector area. So what is the sector area? That is 1 by 4 into pi and radius is 8 square. So this comes out to be 16 pi minus area of the triangle. So that is going to give me this area. So what is the area of triangle? That is half into base into height. So this comes out to be 16 pi minus 32. So what is the total area that is overlapping? That is 16 pi, that is this area, plus 16 pi, this shaded region, that is 16 pi minus 32. So here, if we see, my answer comes out to be option 1, that is 32 times pi minus 1. This question would have been very easy if you are able to draw the figure. If you are unable to draw the figure, this question is not a question that you should approach. But if you are able to draw the figure within a minute or 90 seconds, I think this question is pretty much doable and easy one. Now I'm going to move on to the next one. Question number 15. In an examination, the average marks of students of section A and section B are 32 and 60 respectively. Okay. The number of students in section A is 10 less than number of students in section B. Fair enough. If the average marks. Okay. So this question seems to be very tricky. If you are unable to comprehend this question within a minute or so, it's fine. Go ahead and do it. If you are unable to comprehend the whole question, just leave it be. This is not a question on which you are supposed to spend 5 or 7 minutes. So I have two sections, section A and section B. Average of section A is 32. Average of section B is 60. The number of students in section A is 10 less than students in section B. Okay. So if you have n students over here, so number of students over here should be n minus 10. if the average marks of all the students, okay, so what is the total marks of section A? That is 32 times n minus 10. Total marks of section B is 60n. Divide by total number of students, that is 2n minus 20, minus 10. So this comes out to be 32n minus 320 plus 60n upon 2n minus 10. So I am going to get 92n minus 320 upon 2n minus 10. Now I have, so what I am going to do, I am going to take 2 common over here. So I am going to get 46n minus 160 upon 2 times n minus 5. So this is cancelled out. Now I am 46n minus 230 plus 70. Now I'll tell you why I am particularly doing this, so that I can take n minus 5 common in this. So here I'm going to take 46 common. I will be left out with n minus 46 times n minus 5 plus 70 divide by n minus 5. Now I'm going to write both the terms separately. One term is going to be 46, second term is going to be 70 upon n minus 5. Now the question is saying this is the average. Now this average is an integer. It is saying that average marks of all the students in both the sections combined is an integer. And this is I'm getting as an average. And this value should be an integer. It means n minus 5 should be a factor of 70. Okay, so how many factors of 70 do we have? I can have one. One factor of this is going to be 1 itself. Then I can have 2. Then I can have what? I can have 5. Then I can have 7 and so on. And the last is going to be 70 itself. Okay. Now, the smallest factor of this is going to be 1. So I can have n minus 5 is equal to 1 itself. So n comes out to be 6. Okay. Then I can have n minus 5 equal to 70 itself. Then I am going to get n is equal to 75. Now, this is fine, but there is a drawback in it because the question is saying A has n minus 10 people. So n should be greater than 10. So if I take this as 2, I am going to get a value of 7 here, not acceptable. If I take n as 5, so this value becomes 10 itself. Now, if I take 10, the number of students in A is going to be 0. Now, again, that's not acceptable. So I am going to take n is equal to 7. So n becomes 12. So n minus 5 is 7. Now n becomes 12. So n is moving from 12 to 75. So the maximum possible value is 75, smallest possible value is 12. So what is the difference of maximum and minimum possible value? That's going to be 63, and that's going to be the answer of this question. In this question, if you are stuck after this, if you do not know what you are supposed to do here, then at that point of time, you should leave the question, because if this thing doesn't click you, this is going to take a lot of time, and perhaps you won't be able to solve it, and you will be wasting 4 to 5 minutes on this particular question, and this question doesn't worth it. So if you are unable to understand that you have to break it like this, you need to skip this question and move on. Now I'm going to move to the next question, that question number 16. Now this question is telling us, okay, so I think there is some problem. This should be greater or equal than r, 2x minus r. This is like this. Okay. So fx is defined as 2x minus r if r is greater or equal than, sorry, if x is greater or equal than r. Now there are too many variables and I don't understand how I'm going to do it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to assume one value of r. Let's say r is 0. So fx is going to be 2x if x is greater or equal than 0. If x is less than 0, it is going to be 0 itself. Now this is what I'm doing over here, just assuming r is 0. If you want, you can assume r is 1, r is 2, r is minus 5, r is minus 8. It is never going to make a difference. Now I'm having f of x is equal to f of x. Now this has to be true. Now I have certain conditions that at x equal to r, x not equal to r. Now let's see. I'm going to put x equal to 0 itself. So f0 and f of f0. f0 is definitely going to be 0 itself. If you put x equal to 0, so that is equal to 2 into 0, so 0. So at x equal to 0, it means f x equal to r, this statement holds true. X equal to r. So basically, this option is eliminated. This option is eliminated. Right. So what I am going to do, I'm going to put x equal to 1. So if I put x equal to 1, then f1 is going to be 2 into 1. That's going to be 2. So f1 is defined as 2. Now that is equal to f of f1. So f of f1 is f2. So this is going to be 4. Now 2 is not equal to 4. It means x cannot take a value that's greater than r. So this option is also eliminated. So I'm left out with only one option. That's going to be option 1. If you are unable to take a value in this particular question, if you are unable to assume a value of r, this question might be extremely tricky. So in the exam, if I'm not going to assume the value of r, I'm not going to do this question. Question number 17. Now two cars are traveling from different locations at constant speeds. Okay, to meet each other after starting from the same time, they take 1.5 hours. Okay, so I have two trains, two cars. Let's say this point is A, this point is B, and they are going to meet after 1.5 hours. So this car is going to travel for 1.5 hours. This point is going to travel for 1.5 hours, and they are going to meet at some point. If they travel in the same direction, they meet after 10.5 hours. So if they are traveling, both of them are traveling in the same direction. So they are going to meet in 10.5 hours. Okay. Speed of the slower car is 60. Oh, so let's assume this car is the slower one and it is traveling with a speed of 60. Okay. Then the distance traveled by the slower car when it meets another car, when it is traveling towards each other. So basically in this question, you don't have to do anything. When they are traveling like this, and this car is traveling with a speed of 60, they are meeting after 1.5 hours. So definitely this car is going to cover a distance of 90. You actually don't have to do anything. The answer is directly 90 over here. I think this statement is completely useless. If they travel towards each other, okay, 10.5 hours if they travel in the same direction. I don't think that this statement has any use of this in this particular question. Just this is some random thing. We have now, let's start question number 18. Bob can finish a job in 40 days. So Bob can finish a job in 40 days. Alex is twice as fast as Bob. Okay, so if Alex is twice as fast, it means Alex is going to take half the time. So Alex is going to finish the job in 20 days. And Alex is thrice as fast as Cole. It means if Alex is taking 20 days, Cole is supposed to take 60 days. Because Alex is thrice as fast as Cole. Now I'm going to assume total work is going to be LCM of all three values. Let's say that's 120. So Bob is doing 3 units in a day. Alex is doing 6 units in a day. Cole is doing 2 units in a day. So that's how they are working. Now it is saying that on the first day, A and B are working. So on the first day, A and B are working. So they are going to do 9 units. On the next day, B and C are working. So B and C are going to do 5 units. Then on the third day, C and A are working. So C and A are going to do 8 units. So in the first 3 days, they are going to finish how many units? 15 plus 8, 22 units. In next 3 days again 22, in next 3 days again 22, in next 3 days again 22, in next 3 days again 22. So basically they are, so till now 110 work is completed. Now on the next day, 9 units will be completed, and on the very next day, 1 unit is going to be completed. So I have 3 days work over here, 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 3 days over here, 1 day here, 1 day here. Now the question is saying then total number of days Alex would have been worked. Okay. So out of 3 days, Alex is working only for 2 days. So Alex is working for 2 days. Again here out of 3, Alex is working 2 days. 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 And this day, on the very next day, Alex is definitely going to work. So that is 1 more day. And on the very next day, Alex is not working. So this day Alex is not working. So total number of days taken by Alex is going to be 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2, 10 plus 1, that's 11. So Alex has worked for in total of 11 days. That's it. And this question is pretty easy. You can just take the LCM, manually calculate everything, and still you can finish this question in less than 2 minutes. Now question number 19. A group of N people worked on a project. They finished 35% of the project by working 7 hours a day. Okay. Thereafter, 10 people left the group and remaining people finished the project in 14 days working 10 hours a day. Okay, so when we have a lot of people working in some particular project, there is a formula in time and work, that is M1 upon M2 is equal to W1 upon W2 into T2 upon T1. So I'm directly going to use this formula. That initially how many men were there, I don't know. N people were there. Finally 10 people left, that is N minus 10. Initially N people completed 35% of the total work. So 35% of work. N minus 10 people are completing remaining 65% of the work. So that is 65%. Initially, they are working for 7 hours a day for 10 days. And finally, they are working for 14 days, 10 hours a day. Okay. So W cancelled out, percentage cancelled out, 10 cancelled out. This is, this comes out to be 2. This comes out to be 7. This comes out to be, how much? 13. So I'm just cross multiplying. 13n comes out to be 14n minus 140. So from here, I'm going to get n is equal to 140. And that's going to be the answer of this question. That is option 2. Now, question number 20. Question number 20 is saying that we have a quadratic equation. Okay. So this is a question of quadratic equation. The first quadratic equation is 2x square plus kx plus 5 equal to 0. Now it is saying it has no real roots. So if it has no real roots, the first thing that is going to click me, that d should be less than 0. So it means k square minus 4 into 2 into 5. So this comes out to be 40 and that should be less than 0. Now I can say k minus root 40 into k plus root 40 is less than 0. So from here I can say k is going to lie between minus root 40 to plus root 40. So k is going to be greater than minus 6.5 around 6.4, 6.5, and it should be less than. And we are talking about k is an integer. It means k must be greater equal than minus 6 and less than equal to 6. So that is the first thing I'm getting from here. Now second equation says that it has two distinct roots. Okay, so my another equation is x square minus k minus 5 times x plus 1 equal to 0. Now, if d equal to 0, equation has one root and question is saying two distinct roots. It means d has to be greater than 0. And what is the value of d? That is b square minus 4ac. So 4 into 1 into 1. So that's 4 and that should be greater than 0. So I am going to get k minus 5 whole square should be greater than 0. Sorry, greater than 4. So k should be k minus 5 should be greater than 2 or k should be greater than 7. And second is going to be k minus 5 should be less than minus 2. It means k should be less than 3. So I have two conditions that k is either greater than 7 or k is less than 3. Again, this condition says that k should be less than 6 and k should be greater or equal than minus 6. Okay, so I have k is less than 6 and greater equal than minus 6. So, and here this 3 is not going to be inclusive. And this minus 6 is inclusive. So basically, what is the common region I am going to get here? That is minus 6 to minus 1. I am going to have 6 possible values. Then I have 0, then I have 1, then I have 2. So in total, I am going to have 9 possible values. That's going to be my answer. So I can also write that k is less than 3 and k is greater or equal than minus 6. So minus 6, k, 3. So in between, I'm going to have only 9 possible integers, and that's going to be the answer of this particular question. Now let's start question number 21. Moody takes a total of 30 seconds to finish riding an escalator. Okay, so basically there are two things that are moving. One is Moody, second one is escalator. If he walks at a normal speed in the same direction, okay, so I am assuming that in 1 second, Moody is taking 1 step, escalator is taking x steps. And he is in total taking 30 seconds. So in 30 seconds, Moody is going to finish 30 steps and escalator is going to finish 30x steps. So total number of steps in an escalator is going to be 30 plus 30x. Now, if he walks twice as fast, so in 1 second, Moody is covering 2 steps, escalator is still covering x because the speed of escalator has not been changed. And now he is taking 20 seconds. So in 20 seconds, he is going to cover 40 steps. Escalator is going to cover 2x steps. So total number of steps are going to be 40 plus 2x. Now, 40 plus 20x. This should be 20x. So from here, I'm going to get 10 is equal to 10x. So x comes out to be 1. So if x comes out to be 1, so this is 30, this is 30. So my total number of steps are going to be 60. So my answer of this question is going to be 60. So 60 steps means 60 seconds, and that's it. Pretty doable, pretty easy. Now question number 22. Consider 6 distinct natural numbers such that average of the two smallest is 14 and average of two largest is 28. Okay. And question is saying what is the maximum possible value of the average? So I have A, I have B, I have C, I have D, I have E, I have F. Now average of two smallest. So I am just assuming that I am writing the numbers in the ascending order. So average of these two is 28. So their sum is going to be 28. Sorry, average of these two is 14. So their sum is going to be 28. The average of the two largest means these two is 28. So their sum is definitely going to be 56. Now, I cannot change the sum of A, B, E, and F. But what I can change is the value of C and D. Now, if I'm looking for the maximum possible value of these numbers, it means I'm looking for the maximum possible value of C as well as D. Now, if average of E and F is 28 and numbers cannot be equal, so the maximum value of E can be 27 and 29. So if this value is 27, this can be 26, this can be 25. And this is the maximum possible value of these numbers. Because if you keep E as 26 and if you make it 30, so the largest value of D is going to be 25 itself. But I can pull D till 26, then why not do it? Because I'm trying to maximize it. So my sum is going to be 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So this total sum comes out to be 100 and this 25, okay, 135. So sum of all the possible numbers, sum of these two is 28, this is 25, this is 26, this is 56. So sum comes out to be 135. And how many numbers do we have? That is 6. So this comes out to be 22.5. So answer of this question is going to be option 3. That's this. And I think this was also pretty doable. So in this paper, I would say around 10 to 12 questions were easy, doable. 3 or 4 questions were lengthy. And if you are getting a lengthy question, you cannot, you can either spend some time in that or you can just avoid it and pick the questions that are easy and short to do, so that the chances of error reduces. So that's it. And all the questions are done for slot 3. And thanks a lot.